Okay, so just looking at this drawing here, we're going to now start to look at the slab. Alright, so we're looking at drawing in this dotted line, this rectangle here. Alright, so with that, we just, one unique thing to factor in is the carport here as well, and we'll have a look at what I mean by that when we start to see this elevation here. So the north elevation. You can see the slab, 150mm thick, dimensions over there. But then it's not, you can see the car wheels go right down to the ground. Alright, so we just need to factor in that the slab does not exist inside this spot here. So with that, looking at the technical drawing down here, this is the area that I'm referring to. So that's something we need to consider. Alright, so looking at the overall slab dimensions, there isn't a nice neat dimension that gives me the total of length and width, but it is pretty easy to work out using some of the other dimensions. So for example, I've got this dimension here, which gives me from the corner of the house up until this point here, and then I can just add that to it to give me my total length. And similar over here, we've got this large dimension here which goes from there all the way up to there, and then I can go over to here and use this dimension here to add to it to give me the total width. Alright, so back in SketchUp, let's just have a look. Now it didn't give me a dimension for where the house is positioned on the block, aside from that it is on the boundary on this side. So just by eye, what I've gone with is 6 meters from there to the start of the slab. So just by using a guideline, T for tape measure, you can place those guidelines anywhere you like. Now I'm going to go to a rectangle tool, and I'm just going to snap it on that guideline there and bring it out and look at my dimensions that I calculated for my slab. And you can calculate yours. Obviously you can't see my dimensions in the bottom corner, so I'm just going to put mine in. Separate each dimension with a comma. Alright, and straight away I'm going to double click on it, right click and make it a group, and then I'm going to go over here and put it in the slab tag. Now I'm going to double click on it again, and then I'm going to do the push pull and bring it up 150, as that's what the drawing is stating. Now I've got my slab there. Next, if I exit the group, I can see I probably want to do a couple of things. One is double click on here, get my tape measure tool and go from this boundary across to 50. Okay, that's what the wall thickness shows on that drawing. And then what I want to do is then put in these dimensions to create the cutout of my carport area. Okay, let's just go back into here. Alright, so we've got 3,400, 5,800. Alright, and then I can go push, pull back to that surface and cut it out. Okay, so it ends up being the same as my other one over here. Alright, and we have a slab drawn. Alright, so just for your reference, those were 3,400 by 5,800 for that rectangle.